Hello, it's Jenny from Ginger Ninja Crafts. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I am here with another Christmas in July video. This one is a follow-up to my previous two Pixie Powder videos. So for this one, I am trying Pixie Powders and embossing, as in an embossing folder, not as in heat embossing. Do you call that dry embossing? Let me know in the comments. That's popped into my head, but it could be wrong. So, if you would like a little sneak peek into how I made some papers and some of the cards that I have created from it, then please keep watching. So, I have collected some Christmas embossing folders, not embossing powders, and I have just run some pieces of mixed media card through my Big Shot Plus with through these embossing folders. So there's various ones that I think a lot of these came free with magazines. I think maybe this one I bought or was gifted in a giveaway. This last one there, or not last, second to last one, I think it's a 3D one. I had to use a different sandwich. So I am just gathering my Pixie Powders and I'm going to just spritz them on. So this first one is like little Christmas wreaths, and I'm just trying to do the green around the wreaths. There is also little bows on some of the wreaths and also bows in between. So you can see it sort of works. Then I'm going in with some gold in between, and I think I also pick up some red to see if I can pick up the bow. So going in with that again, sort of localized areas and then spritzing, and actually it doesn't it doesn't stay that localized, but it's fine. I go back in. I think I'm starting to realize already that doing this on the card after it's been embossed, the ink, the powders and the kind of watercolor effect doesn't flow as well as it does on a flat piece. So this one is little candy canes. So I'm going in with red. I think it's called Lava Red. And then just for a bit of something else, I'm adding a little bit of gold. And going back in. So this is quite wet and the watercolour isn't really moving about that well. I think it's just the texture that I've added. However, you live and learn. So I am just building it up gradually. You never know, and you can always add more. You can't take it away. So I'm popping all these on the windowsill to dry. This one, I think, is maybe the snowflakes. This time I start with a little bit of spraying water on the back. That can help it not warp so much. And then I spritzed a bit on the front, and I'm doing my teal and is it called Midnight Blue? Something like that. My favourite combo. I used this combo in my last video, I think. But again, it just doesn't quite blend in together as nicely as I was hoping. Because I don't really want to completely saturate the card. Even though it is mixed media, it's a bit more forgiving. Now this one is a Christmas tree. So it's one sort of focal image. And so I am trying to just put green along the parts with the tree. And then I'm going to block the sides. I mean, it does kind of work, but I don't know that I really like the effect very much. This one, I think I decided to go in with purples. Again, I've just spritzed a little bit on the back, and then I'm going in with the Pixie Powders, and I think I'm also going in with an aubergine one, which is a sort of a pinky, and also I think one that's called something like scarlet, but actually it's like a pinky colour. So yeah, it's all the same kind of different colours against different shapes on the embossing folders, and you just have to wait and see how it turns out at the end, really, because you don't really get the mica until it's dry, I think. So again, a bit of spritz on the back. This one is like kind of sweeties. So I went in with candy pink and can't remember what else. Maybe that aubergine. Or maybe it's a bit of purple. Can't remember. This one I found the embossing, I don't know. I'm not sure. This is my least favourite, I think, of all the ones. But you've got to try things out sometimes, don't you? So I'm just going to let that dry. Hello, so here I am with the finished articles. Different t-shirt, different day. So I have got 8 cards made. I've still got a pile of still got a few sheets to use, but I did make quite a lot. So with the other one of these sheets, what I've done is I've used dies from my stash. A lot of these were magazine gift dies. I'm sure this Noel one was. I don't think I bought it. So I cut the background out of that paper because I didn't think it was that great. But actually I like the colours, and it does have that little bit of texture. It's got that wee sheen from the micas, and then the Noel I cut out of a sort of matte, kind of an old gold, not a bright gold, if that makes sense. So that is quite a simple. I possibly will end up putting some Nuvo drops on there, because you know me. So I used quite a chunk of this size of piece. So then I cut off a panel and I made one of these. So I just added some dark green cardstock behind it. I used that same gold and the dark green for this festive hug dies, a little bit of Nuvo drops, and all I've got left for that one is this little piece. So, whoops. That was a bit of a win. Actually, that's a lie. I've also got this piece, which is going in the bin straight after, because that's no use to me. So, I liked this design so much, I made it in blue. So this is the one that I liked least of the blue snowflakes. I decided to chop that one up and have a go with it. And actually, I think it looks fine. I wouldn't put these in my shop, I don't think, but I have well, I'll tell you about, if you want to know how I decide what goes in the shop, I can tell you another day. But this has got a couple of steps too many, basically, for me to put them in the shop. But I think it's a fun card, and it's definitely going in my stash for cards to be sent out at the time, when the time comes. Then I took the same, no, maybe this is another piece of the blue, I don't know. It's the same, it's the blue and the teal with the snowflake, and I thought the Let It Snow worked well with that. So I did the die cut a square, added a navy square, added the sentiment with the drop shadow, so there's a navy layer and the what's the word, holographic, and then you get this little snowflake cut out, and I just added that in with it's the Centura Pearl, that's the sort of white snowflake one. So that's that design. And then I decided to try just using the panels. So these 3 pieces are matte and layered with the navy. This Merry Christmas, I'm sure it came with a magazine, probably several years ago. And then I've actually gone in with some little Nuvo drops just on some of the snowflakes, to the centres of the snowflakes, just to add a little touch of shimmer and shine there. And then I decided to challenge myself and use up the one piece that I liked the least, and that was the pinks and purples with the sort of sweets. I thought it looked really messy. So, first of all, I did one of these, and actually, I don't hate it. I think it looks quite nice. I just trimmed it down, added a purple layer, added the same sentiment, and then added some Nuvo drops there, and that is that one. And then I took this one, is the festive hugs is in reverse, if you see what I mean. One's holographical purple, one's purple and holographic. And again, this I thought looked terrible, but actually I think it's quite fun. So I did that one, keep that there, and then I did this one in the purpley pinks. And again, I think it looks nice. I've done the same. I've added the holographic sentiment, and I added some of the silver sparkle Nuvo in the centre of some of these swirly whirly sweeties. And then I had a tiny little bit of the paper left. So I added 2 little squares inside that one, a little strip inside this one, and a little strip lying down in there. So I basically used up all of that sheet that I didn't like, apart from these little bits that I am allowing myself to put in the bin alongside that piece. So I dare say I will keep going with the papers that I've got left over, and what I'm going to do as part of my monthly wrap up that I do every month, I am just going to do a quick flick through of all the cards that I've made for this Christmas in July challenge, and I'm doing a playlist, so if there's any that you've missed and you see them at the end of the month, you can find the playlist and see all the different cards. So yeah, I hope that has been helpful. I still would like to do some Christmas cards with stencils and Pixie Powders. It is now the 25th of July, so I've not got that many days left. It might be that there is quite a lot of videos in this last bit. However, Christmas isn't for another few months, so I don't need to get everything done in the one. But I was going to try and get shop designs done and all the cards that I will send out done. So maybe I will achieve that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Have you tried Pixie Powders with embossing folders? If you did you like it? What kind of results did you get, and how did you use the papers? And yeah, I'd love to hear what you think. So I will be back very soon with another Christmas in July video. Thanks for watching. Bye now.